Is the Bitcoin Thanksgiving disaster going to repeat just like it did in 2020 on this day? My God, we're at the edge of a cliff here. We also have the deep info on how neocons and Democrats plan to destroy not only the planet, but the Trump presidency as the orange one nears his inauguration, and some deep altcoin picks to make me enough money to buy a tank. Maybe 2 tanks, because it looks like I'm going to need a couple at the rate that we're going, folks. Welcome one, welcome all to the blockchain basement. As you can see by my hat, I'm bullish. I got the King Tuck Tuck shirt here. Shout out to you, Scotty Mo. We got Isaac alive.
Bullish.
And bullish.
Guns.
And guns.
And guns.
You know, I saw some good Black Friday deals on some pew-pews.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Manawak sent me a list of them. I can't remember which store this is at, but this might be the season, man.
This might be the season to buy some pew-pews.
I mean, dude, we got some good deals here. I don't have the link to it. What is this? It's Adventure Outdoors in Georgia. They got some good deals going.
Interesting. If you're able to forward me that link, if you can get it.
Oh, we're going.
Show, we're going.
I'll send it to you.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to everyone for joining us on this cataclysmic, fantastic Tuesday. As you can see, the cut on my lip still there. It's a real thing. RustyBot, Crypto Glassworks, Crypto Breezy, Jeremiah Dixon, Mr. Mark Morgan Powell, Laserface, The Deadwood, all my people here. Kevin Parsons, of course, Nicole Ministator, Sack Nasty, Linwood Jones, Music Tags. You know, I don't know if I ever heard from Nicole if she ever got better, but this sickness is catching a lot of people by the boo-boo.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
It caught Josh this morning.
Yeah. I mean, even Josh has got the sniffles. And I'm going to have to head out after the show. Sounds like my daughter. I might need to go pick up my daughter after the show. So
interesting.
Yeah. It's getting not too bad. You know, it's just want to play it safe, you know, in case she has something. But thank you for joining me on today's Blockchain Basement, folks. If you're not already subscribed to the YouTuber channel, we are nearly 65,000 subscribers. Gained another 100 subscribers overnight. Coming in at 64,700. That's great. I expect to see this at 800 by tomorrow morning. We're growing like wildfire. If you're not already, sign up with us and trade with us on 2bit. I was able to get a 20 or is it a 15% trade after the fees this morning. 15. I should have kept the damn thing open though. God, I'd be up huge. If you are an OG member, you have access to the Druth 2bit channel in Discord. I give you my daily updates early on in the morning. And if you sign up on 2bit, you get 10% of your deposit rebated and a trading bonus of up to $1,700. But you got to act now to take advantage of this. We have 19 days left on this campaign, so make sure to take advantage of this. I did see me and Isaac got legified here. Where is this? Look at, they captured our essence perfectly.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's incredible. I mean, there's you trying to be like some GQ bro, you know.
I'm pretty GQ.
And there's me. This is what happens when you live life and you're salty. A lot of people call me a youngin'. I guess I'm young-ish. I'm 36, but I'm very old at heart.
That's pretty young.
It is. You think it's young?
It's pretty young, actually.
I am halfway to the casket for sure.
You're not halfway to the casket. You're a quarter way to the casket.
If I lived at what 90 or no, so math is hard. 82. If I'm halfway through my life, 82. That's when I croak.
You clocking out at 82? So I could be like, okay, screw it, 82, I'm out.
I'm not downloading my consciousness to a robot machine. I refuse to do that. They will not capture me in the Matrix. Never. Let's see here. Are we not live yet? I think we're live.
We're 100% live. I'm looking at it. It says live.
Okay.
Also live.
Sam, the Crypto Man Sam, what up too, baby? Good to see you. Now, let's look at, I got a lot of stuff to cover. Boy, howdy, Bitcoin. Been a wild girl this morning. So, essentially what I was looking at is we did bounce really, really hard off of this 91.5 level. And since then, we've regained a little bit of strength. We are not out of the woods yet on this pullback. I would say it's up 2.75% from the baseline here. And if we check out, I was really watching the liquidity grab levels. Let's do a refresh on the 12-hour. It came within a bee's dick of this massive liquidity grab at $91,659. It hit this level once, then a massive amount of longs opened up. It came very, very close to that. I was really quite surprised. Oh,
So
that was fun. Really quite surprised to see that it didn't actually grab this liquidity here. It came within a few $100s, and then since then it's been cooking up and to the right. Very interesting to see on Bitcoin's side. I'll refresh that so it can stop being so tismy on me. Now here we have $310 million liquidated from the cryptocurrency market in the past 12 hours. Isaac, were you one of these?
$20 of that 310 mil. Dude, so I was trading like a legend yesterday. I was doing great.
Yeah.
I got a 20% grab. I could have had a 40% grab, but I closed it. Then I was up another 20%. I didn't close it. I forgot about the trade that was open.
Yeah.
And I got liquidated. So,
That's right. I like saying practice flash closing 20% trades. It's okay. So what I did this morning, sure, I could have had way more upside, but at least I grabbed and secured that 20%. Yeah, there was a lot of liquidations yesterday and into the morning hours today from this huge price movement. Now, where we're sitting right now, this is my overall, this fib in particular, let's just back this up all the way. We are sitting at a pretty precarious position here, folks. So this is the entire market laid out in a Fibonacci sequence here. Obviously, we are in the 1 to 1.618 level, and Bitcoin is at a point of decision. If it does fall below this essential line at about 90,000, 89,833, this market is going to look very different than markets previous. As you can see, the reason for that, these are on weekly graphs, and Bitcoin on these same time frames in the same Fibonacci sequence just blasted through them. Sure, you had deep pullbacks within the previous candle, but each one of these weeks printed green over the course of the cycles. Now we're at a point, man, if it doesn't turn around and hold strength here and start cooking to the upside again, this market might be printing a different view. I'm of the opinion that we will recapture this candle by the end of the week, meaning that we would be back up into the $98,000, $99,000 on up levels by week's end. But there is something important to note on what we're looking at here. I did mention it before, the Thanksgiving massacre. Right now, in the same time frame, we have dipped right about 7.2%. We back up to the previous cycle, go to the same day, we see something kind of interesting here. This is a great shakeout. I remember this day well. This was the Thanksgiving massacre, right, y'all? Where we fell by a pretty substantial amount. I'll zoom in a little bit, scoot it over, bam, bam. All right, so right here we have November 26th. We fell by essentially 14% right to the level of this fib line before recapturing all that price momentum and moving to the upside. But actually, we're doing much better this cycle in this time frame compared to the last cycle. In our current situation, we're actually up here, flirting around with this Fibonacci sequence. Currently, and last bull market cycle, we were trying to recapture and hold previous all-time highs at this same time frame. So I really feel good about moving into this next year with my bags even bigger. They're like 4 or 5 times bigger than they were when I was positioning myself ahead of the bull market in 2020. And I'm super excited because at the rate that things are going, should this Fibonacci play out just like it did in 2021, as you can see, we absolutely reached the top performance level of this Fibonacci sequence, coming in at $69,400. And we, in my opinion, are still full of gasoline in the tank to reach the top end of this performance zone at the $210,000 to $240,000 level. I'm feeling good about it. So moving on to the rest of the stuff here, Morocco lifts a 2017 ban and legalizes Bitcoin and crypto. That's great. If you're in Morocco, shout out. If anyone is in Morocco, I don't think they are. I really don't think they are, but maybe someone from Morocco watch. You know, we have a lot of people from Australia that watch the show, Isaac.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we need to pull some
Australia
news down under. We need to get some news from down under for him.
We do.
M. Vino, thank you for the gifted membership, my brother. Appreciate that. That fib is making me hard. Crypto Man Sam, what's up, baby? Now, Harp. I saw Harp on last night's show. I had a show with FD White and Tradefly, two very, very cool dudes. and we were talking about crypto. I was kind of tired, I'm not going to lie, but I got on there, had a great conversation. Thanks for coming by the show here, Harp. Appreciate you. Now, United Kingdom officially set to regulate the crypto industry by 2026. That's great. They're going to miss out regulation entirely during the next bull market and then slap down the regulations once we're recapturing those lows and finding our next bottom. That's great. This is who I think Dennis Porter was talking to, a Pantera Capital Fund manager, Dan Moorhead, talking about Bitcoin and its potential to reach a $15 trillion market cap. Let's have a listen.
You bet your life it's not going to zero?
I used to tell people it could definitely go to zero to try and be, conservative. I don't think it's possible now. 50 million people in the U.S. own it, 300 million people globally. BlackRock and Fidelity are selling it. Like, it really has reached escape velocity.
But you're 745,000. I mean, I heard 13 million from Michael Saylor the other day.
I think it can go, it's going up 3 orders of magnitude since we launched our fund. I think it could go up a fourth, and that puts it at 15 trillion.
This is very interesting to me because we just had Dennis Porter talking about Bitcoin accomplishing a gold parity. Now, we also saw the conversation from Cynthia Loomis hinting at the potential that the United States could actually start selling its gold and transferring that value into Bitcoin should the gold or the Bitcoin Reserve Act actually move forward and be put into place. Now we have Dan Moorhead talking about escape velocity, getting us to the potential of accomplishing a $15 trillion asset class for Bitcoin. And, I do kind of feel like running the numbers on this just to see what that level in particular, because what we're talking about is gold shaving off about $2 trillion worth of market cap size. It's currently at 17 trillion. So when we talk about over the next, say, till 2030, I'm going to give this a little bit of time to actually accomplish this, because where we're sitting right now is 2024 going into 2025. Now, if we fast forward, I could see a situation like this actually becoming a reality somewhere around 2028, 2029. So I do actually want to run the numbers on this to see what that level would look like for Bitcoin should the gold parity be reached. Little sell-off in gold happen. Yeah, what's that? Oh, it bugged out? Thank you for the heads up. Let me see here. I'll restart it for you here. This is something very interesting to think about, because I know a lot of people, myself included, and my mom, they're playing the long game, and my whole goal with crypto is to kill mortgage with it. And Music Tag's bringing up a great point that they did find more gold, a huge amount, a token release of gold recently.
Interesting.
So this is pretty tangible information here that I'm getting into. It's hyper moonish, but I'm talking about 2028, 2029. And seeing this happen, this comes up with actually a pretty reasonable number for Bitcoin. We're coming up to a $800,000 per Bitcoin cost. That is something that I think would be very, very tangible. When we talk about BlackRock and this flight to quality happening, we see essentially the use case for gold. I mean, it's a store of value, and it's hitting all-time highs over the past year. So we've seen that. But also the upside to the technological sector cannot be ignored by the masters, the powers that be. They're not ignoring this. So over the course of the next few years into the next bull market, I can absolutely see us hitting this level of $800,000 per Bitcoin, which, man, that would buy you a pretty damn nice house. One Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's because currently the average house is, this is how I measure the value of Bitcoin. How many houses can I get per Bitcoin? Right now, it takes about 4.5 Bitcoin to buy the average home in America. If we fast forward at the current rate of growth for Bitcoin and the current adoption levels that we're seeing, in 4 years from now, it is going to take you a half or even just a little bit more than a half, because we have to account the average house is probably going to be about $500,000 to $550,000 by that time. I'm sorry, everyone that's waiting for the housing market bubble to burst, but that's what I think it's going to be. Now, with 1 Bitcoin, you can get a house and then some. So you can get a house and a nice car for a couple nice cars for just 1 Bitcoin.
1 Bitcoin.
This is why you play the long game with Bitcoin, is because its value, its buying power increases as the dollar's value decreases in the background. And honestly, over the next 5 years, 6 years, it's set up for the death of the middle and lower class. If they do not pivot into technological sectors, be it AI innovations, things of that nature, it's an ugly thing to say. But honestly, the cost of living is outpacing the average person's income right now. And if you're not paying attention to that and you're not finding ways to outpace the level of inflation that is coming for all of us, it is not leaving anyone behind. As long as there's a Federal Reserve that we allow for some idiotic reason to exist, they are going to continue to rug pull us on our buying power. So you must act. And now you see Bitcoin at $100,000 this time. You're, in my opinion, going to be looking at $200,000+ Bitcoin during the time frame of 2025. Now the big question is, how far down does it fall to in the bear market to come? What comes up must come down. It's the ebb and flow of the markets at large. I pray that we see a Bitcoin price under $100,000 once again after this thing really takes off. It's just something that's in the back of my mind. So making sure we're positioned right now is very, very important. Isaac gives the ladies the long game.
Apparently.
Whoa.
Papa Goose said it here first.
Whoa.
That's his take right there. I'll accept it.
You know, shout out. Shout out.
Speaking of houses, though.
Speaking of houses?
Me and my friends are getting a house.
What?
Next year.
Okay.
Well, once crypto, I'm going to use crypto to get a house with some friends, split
Okay.
the rent, probably February.
You better
Those would
keep
be
that
nice.
place clean, dude. Don't be like the average young man that just is like,
Trashes his shit.
yeah, I was the guy in the house that was doing the dishes, sadly, because I have like OCD and I let it come out at times. But they don't care. If you do the dishes, they'll just make more of them for you. Like it is. I grew up in Boulder, Colorado with a lot of buddies. And you know what's kind of sad is I found out that a lot of my buddies are being shot dead in Colorado from all the gain. I've had like 3 or 4 buddies that I went to high school with that have now been murdered by gang members out in Colorado. It is really, really sad.
Totally.
Yeah, it's Nick Wilson is a buddy of mine that was gunned down a couple years back. The murderer got 2nd-degree murder, even though it was clearly 1st degree. It's so crazy what's going on over there. So now we have to talk about the ugly elephant in the room, something that can break all of this TA and all of our hopes and dreams should it occur. And it is this, folks. This is the dirty plan of the neocons. NATO discussing the possibility of preemptive strikes against Russia, calling for called positive the fact that NATO has changed its attitude to the essence of organization as the defense alliance, as well as the perception that it is necessary to sit and wait for us to be attacked and then only react. It is more competent not to wait, but to hit launchers in Russia in case Russia attacks us. A combination of precision strikes is needed that will disable the systems that are used to attack us, and we must strike first. This is what Bauer said, quoted by Bloomberg. Not a great look, and the probability of a Russia attack on one of the NATO countries, including Poland of the Baltic states, is estimated to be low, and this was stated in an interview with the PAP by the head of the Alliance's military committee, Rob Bauer. But we read on. What's the dark background of this situation? It is this, folks. It is this. This just broke this week. Flew pretty well under the radar. Very important to pay attention to. 12 European nations have formed the coalition to prevent Trump from forcing Ukraine and Putin to negotiate a peace deal, because I was under the strong opinion that Trump is going to have the capability to negotiate a peace deal with Putin. This European coalition is looking to block that ability. The Northern Group Ukraine format includes Denmark, Sweden, Finland, Norway, Iceland, the Baltics, the UK, Germany, the Netherlands, and Poland. Here's a picture of all of these neocons standing together, getting ready to force the world into a situation of absolute darkness. This is not a good thing to see formed. This is the committee that's trying to supersede Trump's ability to stop the funding of NATO and actually barter with Putin to reach a peace deal across seas so that this doesn't turn cataclysmic. This is the group, and these are the faces that are trying to stop peace. Now, we look here. The Ukraine also published another infographic showing targets in Russia that could be hit by long-range Western weapons. The potential Russian targets within the range of the ETA, CMS, the Storm Shadow, the Scalp EG, and the Taurus. These are all different missile systems from NATO countries. And here is Ukraine continuing to poke the bear, highlighting all of their potential long-range targets within the province of Russia, thus trying to continue the escalation of this conflict. Right as we were getting to the moment where peace talks were happening, we saw Trump conversating with Putin about actually making peace happen. We have Ukraine now just refusing to let their foot off the gas in this conflict and actually highlighting a map of the provinces that they would like to strike with Western weapons. This is extremely dangerous rhetoric to be rolling out across the world. We got to pray that it stops. When we see unfortunate things like this, former General Michael Flynn calling to remove President Joe Biden from office for trying to provoke World War III and Russia. Now, on the front end of this, you're like, yeah, you should pull this guy away because he's trying to start and provoke World War III. Well, guys, he only has 50 days left in office until Trump is officially inaugurated. I think it's a little more than 50 days. But the dark result, if this should happen, is this. If they remove him, World War III would break out and Kamala Harris would take over, invoking war and presidential powers, likely to declare martial law and never transfer the power to President Trump. This would be an absolute disaster for the American republic. This is the last thing that we want to see is Joe removed, Kamala takes control, refuses to acknowledge Trump through simple invocation of emergency presidential powers of her new seat, thus holding the position of president, not confirming Trump, and pushing us into emergency World War III readiness. This is absolutely not what we want to see happen. We have to make sure to be loud about the situation to make it that we, the people, do not want a conflict to continue. It's so crazy to see Democrat and neocons within the Republican Party. There's plenty of them that want this escalation to turn nuclear because we are on the edge of it. We are seeing long-range missiles break out. We saw another missile hit Beirut this morning. There's probably going to be more. We have the right on the edges of Israeli-Lebanese ceasefire, and then all of a sudden more missiles start flying. We need this conflict to calm down. And this is from Donald Trump Jr. a few weeks ago, but it's ringing very true today. The military-industrial complex seems to want to make sure that they get World War III going before his father, Donald Trump, has a chance to create peace and save lives. Got to lock in those trillions of dollars, right, for BlackRock's deal to rebuild the Ukraine. Remember that? Anyone remember that?
Oh, yeah.
They have all the money contracts to rebuild Ukraine after it gets turned into a parking lot. Life be damned, imbeciles. And this is in response to Biden authorizing the use of U.S.-supplied long-range missiles by Ukraine for strikes inside of Russia. Absolutely a shit show going on. But we did see this, a small win within America. Jack Smith has filed a motion to dismiss all of his charges against President Trump. The lawfare has lost and America has won. And here's the official statement. Jack Smith and his neocon imbecile self is going to have to back off. I don't think Jack Smith is done. This is them just getting called out by Congress for having set up an unconstitutional committee to investigate Trump because they know he was going to win the presidential election, and they had to find any way to stop them. Isaac, are you ready to be drafted at this rate?
At this rate, yes, I'm ready. I'm expecting it. I'm expecting to go home one day, see a bunch of feds at my door,
dude,
pulling me away, telling me I gotta go fight in Ukraine for no reason.
Oh my God. You know, and this isn't a situation, it's not like a 5-year war. This is not a 5-year war that we're talking about. If Trump, by all hope, is able to be put into place as president, but this conflict is still going on and there's no getting out of it. There's no peace talk available because then he's hit Sweden or Poland, and now NATO has invoked a full Article 5 situation, and it's gloves off, all full bar. This is likely a 10 to 20 year war.
It's going to be another Afghan war, but like times 10.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's really scary for me to think about, not only for you, Isaac, for my son.
For your son, yeah.
Right. Like, we got to think about this stuff critically. How long do you want our kids and our new generation to be stuck fighting wars for other countries' borders? We have a situation here in the United States where the illegal immigrant males that are of military age that have crossed the border over the last 4 years alone outnumber our current military 6-1. That is a border that we should work on rather than trying to stop whatever's going on in Europe so much. Please, for the love of God, work on America first. Now we see on that conversation, Tom Homan coming out with the Giga Chad energy, talking about the Denver mayor and his refusal to let federal authorities do deportations out of Denver. Let's have a listen to what he had to say here.
You heard this mayor out there in Colorado. I want to get your reaction to it, and I want you to be clear about who has jurisdiction, the federal government or state and local governments. And if you're a sanctuary state or city, are you breaking the law?
You're absolutely breaking law. All you have to do is look at Arizona versus U.S. You'll see these breaking law. But look, me and the Denver mayor, we agree on one thing. He's willing to go to jail. I'm willing to put him in jail.
Damn.
Because there's a statute. It's Title 8 United States Code 1324 III. And what it says is, it's a felony if you knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from immigration authorities. It's also a felony to impede a federal law enforcement officer. So if we don't want to help, that's fine. He can get the hell out of the way. But we're
That is shots fired right there.
Oh,
and I love to see that energy. This is the energy we need to be bringing into 2025. This is from Insurrection Barbie, one of my favorite new accounts. Insurrection Barbie, well worth a follow if you're interested in American freedom and bringing back this country to its golden years. Now, we're going to read into this a little bit more here. Look at the guy's smile. I love it. Now, Democratic Mayor Mike Johnson recently said that he was prepared to go to jail over his opposition of the Trump administration's border policies. The president-elect's pick to be the next border czar responded that he is willing to put him there in jail indeed. You are absolutely breaking the law, as we just heard from Homan, calling out this despicable move by the Denver mayor that has also predicted the Tiananmen Square moment. If the administration carries out plans, Homan pointed to that statute. It's a felony if you knowingly harbor and conceal illegal aliens from immigration authorities. Shout out to Coins Chick. Thank you very much for the gifted membership. It looks like Crypto Ditto picked up that membership. Shout out to you. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Now, President Trump has been clear. We want to concentrate on public safety threats and national security threats. I find it hard to believe that any governor would say they don't want public safety threats removed from their neighborhoods. I have buddies that are contractors and cops out in Colorado that are giving me the dark reality of what Colorado is dealing with these liberal policies. My heart goes out to everyone that is sitting there stuck in Colorado. It's a beautiful state, but it has been overrun by idiotic ideals and poor legislation. And I really hope that they're able to dig themselves out of this. Shout out to Hobus. Jam, Hobus. You're dropping the memberships as well. Okay. I see you, Hobus. Appreciate you, Hobus. Hobus is the one that gave us the deep pick for Burrow on Near. That Burrow project, I might be using some of my dry powder to hammer into today. You know, we were talking about it, Isaac.
We were talking about it. It looks like really interesting, and it had a pullback today. So
damn, Green
nice.
Day Profits.
Green Day Profits.
What? Give it a pow. Shout out. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah, I have some dry powder, probably about like $500 to $800, and I'm going to be dispersing it. I think Burrow is going to at least get about 25% of that dry powder. Feeling pretty good about that project and the upside potential for it. Now, more news about Trump, but first this from Chrystia Freeland that bizarrely claims economists have been discussing a vibe session that is contributing to the cost of living crisis in Canada, not their central bank printing them out of existence. Dang, Jay with the gifted membership as well. Holy God. Damn. Huh? You guys are making me real happy here. Thank you very much. Vane picked that one up. You guys are awesome. Let's have a listen to this psychopath, though. This is so crazy. A vibe session. Really? Let's have a listen.
Economists have been talking about the vibe session and the fact that Canadians just aren't feeling good and that is having real economic consequences. And the Canadian economists making that point are right.
A vibe session, really? So it's not a recession. It's not a depression. It's a vibe session that they're going through. This like, look at the picture. Look at the face.
I know.
It says everything right there. Absolutely crazy, unhinged conversation. Now, in response, Trump has proposed a controversial 25% tariff on Canada and Mexico. There's only a 30% chance he actually does it, according to Polymarket. Let me know in the chat if you feel like a 25% tariff from the United States onto Canada and Mexico is actually going to go down. Now, if it does, I would just assume that they're going to do it in response, the same amount of tariffs on our goods going out to them. A little tit for tat. But here's the Polymarket. Give me a 1 for yes, tariffs are coming for Canada and Mexico. 2, there's no way in hell. There are neighbors. There are, close allies here. Let's see here. What's Crypto Stevo? God, what is Crypto Stevo giving up on? Let me know in the chat what you're giving up on, bro. And thank you for the poll as well. Thank you for the poll, Isaac. Very, very interesting to see. I would not be surprised if this does go down. We'll probably see the same thing from Canada and Mexico. Do you call Drew James Franco? I've heard that before. That was like high school days a lot. And in my heavy metal career, they called me James Franco. But James Franco is like 5 feet tall or something like that. How tall is James Franco? Because when someone says I look like someone, I'm like, how tall are they?
5'11".
5'11". Okay. So, I'm like more than a half a foot taller than him. But I mean, I guess, yeah, that's a little bit. I could see it. Okay. I get it. But the hair, my hair is way different. Let's see how it looks. I got a little bit of a chaotic mullet going on back here. A little different. I'm way less buttoned up than this guy. I'm way less buttoned up than that guy.
More unhinged is better.
Yeah, much more unhinged. So, it does look like Mexico does want to do the tariffs in response. Here we go. Mexican president raises the prospect of retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods. Claudia Sheinbaum responded to the president-elect Trump's threat to impose high tariffs, saying such a move would inflict damage to both countries. Any tariffs imposed by one side would likely prompt retaliatory tariffs, leading to the risk for joint enterprise. Now, this president of Mexico, deep state Democrat shill that I loathe with every single inch of my being. And so anything that she doesn't like, I like. And she can kiss my hairy white ass. Now, we're going to go here to CZ. Oh shit! Coins. I cursed. I cursed twice in a row. Coins. Coins chick with a $5 super chat. You guys made some handsome Legos. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Very
Coins
good
chick.
as Legos, Drew.
Yeah. I mean, they really captured my essence with it. I got to go back to it. I got it up here still. I don't have my beanie, but this is my natural state, and I think this is a picture that Isaac took of me randomly, where I was just randomly flipping him off anyways.
You were flipping off Jeremy.
Oh, yeah. I was flipping off Jeremy. Shout out to you guys, though. Now, Jesus. We were so unhinged. We got a lot of altcoins to get into. CZ with this conversation about meme coins. He's not against memes, but meme coins are getting a little weird now. Let's build real applications using blockchain. And I think that the pump.fun mess and the black spot that it left on kind of the meme culture in the short term, I think that a lot of people are starting to shift their focus towards built out solid layer ones and layer twos, actual projects with utility rather than just memes. And I think it's actually pretty healthy for crypto to not be so focused on just number go up in a funny picture, but rather what is this project actually going to solve? I really, really like this sentiment shift, and very much so agree with CZ that it is not a good look for meme coins, especially what's gone on at Pump.Fun. Let's see, Deadwood. Remember those Toyotas built in Mexico have been having failures. Even the frames are suspect. Man, Toyota can't catch a break. Isn't there? I thought that there's some plants in America that still assemble the product, because I want a true and tried Japanese American Toyota for my next Toyota. I got to figure that out. Good looking out, Deadwood. Now, what we got here, Binance moved to delist some tokens that had major losses afterwards. OAX, REN token, Iris, GFT, and Key. So Binance lists, you pump. Binance delists, you die. Very, very interesting movements. And honestly, these memes are here for a good time, not a long time. Not surprised in the slightest. And now we have this from Solana. They put this out, on-chain holiday season with SZN is coming. Maybe this is some sort of holiday short-term pumpy meme coin that they're going to be launching. Maybe it's a decentralized exchange. I hope that there's some utility behind this, but I'm going to be paying attention to what this season ticker thing is. They didn't put the $ in front of it, and there is no ticker for it yet, but they put out this cryptic tweet with the 5th of December highlighted. Or no, yeah, 5th of December highlighted here. Very, very interesting. Can you take a look at Snake with Hat on Dex Tools? I think I found a new Solana gem. Upcoming L-Bank listing. Chart looking good and consolidating currently from Francisco Contreras. Absolutely. You looking it up for me, Isaac?
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Just for anyone that doesn't know, Snake on Cardano is destroying it. And I still have a couple of these energy drinks left. I did talk, Inspector Crusoe, I did talk about the Pump.Fun chaos, the degeneracy on it. People were locking themselves in dog cages with dog outfits, like barking, shooting out the windows every time that they had like a sell or a buy. It was it was like the purge on the blockchain is what it looked like.
Staged deaths that they had.
Yeah, staged death. And people thought that was real.
I know.
That probably traumatized some people.
Yeah,
it looked like the purge on the blockchain. That's a good way to kind of summarize what it looked like to me. Did you find this Snake with Hat?
No, I'm still. Is it Snake or Snake?
Snake. And I can go on. Let's go on.
I'm looking up Snake. That's why.
Yeah, don't look up Snake. It's Snake. It's SNEK. Oh no, wait. I think he said Snake with Hat.
Snake with Hat.
Drop the contract address. We'll be able to find it. Let's keep cruising here, though. There's a lot of stuff I got to get through. So what we have, and I did not highlight this because this happened right after the show yesterday, but MetaMask support came out with a conversation. There is currently an outage on multiple networks with Infura, the default RPC provider from MetaMask. You may experience issues connecting and transacting on certain networks with MetaMask. See our status page for more info and updates. Let's click this and see if we're back up and running. Ooh, not looking so hot here. We got more issues going on. I mean, it's saying operational. 2 components had a major outage today. We got some issues going on here. This is not a good look.
Interesting.
This is something we got to pay attention to. My freaking dry powder is on MetaMask. So this better work getting my damn funds off here. Unbelievable.
I found it.
Oh, it's got quadruple S is the ticker here. Let's and thank you for the super chat.
Quad S's, by the way.
Quad S. All right, let's see what we're looking at here.
All righty. Bam. Up only. Now, gotta do my favorite part. See what are the devs doing over here? See,
not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Like that. 8,000 holders. 1 liquidity. It should be burn, right? Yeah.
And then what is this thing, like a couple day, like maybe a week and a half old?
Yeah, something like that. I'll have to double check it here. All right. This actually looks really good. I like
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. I'll see. Check the date on this.
So the market cap's at 20 million currently.
It's been out for like 10 days.
The liquidity we got to pay attention to. It's locked, but it's 689,000 in liquidity. It's less than a 1 to 20 ratio for locked liquidity on this project.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, let's see who. I want to kind of dig into this a little bit more because this is a brand new one. Let's go to Where are you going here?
I was going to their Twitter.
Yeah, go check out their Twitter. Let's see how much engagement. You just got scammed.
I just got scammed live on air.
1,900 followers, not too many, but look at the engagement's pretty damn high.
Yeah, we are continuing the WIF legacy.
Okay, okay.
1,000 Reddit members.
Keep going down here. So we got about 100. Okay, hold on. What do we got? 171 and 171 exactly. It might be, maybe that's a coincidence, but sometimes when I see the exact same amount of likes on a post, that's like bot information.
Let's see if there's another 171, 284, 295. I don't know. It looks pretty good.
All right. I mean, we're going to have to dig into this. We're going to have to dig into that. That's a $20 million market cap. I mean, there's a reason why I look at these things is because we're looking for derivatives of successful meme coins that aren't just built in for sure rugs. One of them that I brought up, I think it was at the beginning of this week or end of last week, is Purple Pepe. Purple Pepe, it's this, it was already rug pulled when it first came out. Check this graph out. So Purple Pepe came out, things were great. Then they went to hell. People did a community takeover of the token. My brother-in-law got in, I think, somewhere along this resurgence line. And since then, it skyrocketed. I think this was just within yesterday, up to $131 million market cap. It did have a massive sell-off down to $42 million, and now is trying to find a new home and build a new shelf all the way up there at $83 million. That is absolutely crazy to see there. And now I kind of want to look at this SSS thing here. Let's see. SSS. And something interesting to note before I get too deep here is XR people have a new way to make money on Dex Screener. So check this out. We go over here to the chains list, and you go all the way down. You got to keep scrolling. XRPL. Look at that. XRPL. You come in here. These, I mean, there's a lot of liquidity in them. They're very small market caps. I will say this, but XR people had to find a way to make money somehow. These things, I mean, I was looking at D's Nuts this morning. Let's check it out. That's a good line. I was looking at D's Nuts this morning.
D's Nuts.
Yeah. So not locked liquidity. Market cap 43K. Nice picture of testicles right there. But XRP, people are finding a way to make meme coins and, you know, create a little bit of opportunity there. You just got to be very, very careful when you're messing around with these meme coins, especially the underside ecosystems within that. Now, I want to check out this SSS token just a little bit more. Sneck with hat. This is a very interesting play here. Was it this one?
Yeah, it's that one. $20 million market cap.
All right, let's see here. So it's 20 million. We go up here. I want to see the top traders. I want to see what they did. Did they play? Okay. Look at this. All right. So we got someone that bought. Jesus. Look at this sniper. Bought $127,000 worth of token. Sold for $62,000.
Bought $127. I wish I could get in something like this, man.
This is this is a total insider play, though.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, now when I'm looking at the overall, like at least in the top trading section, this is just something to keep in mind for yourself when you're looking at a new meme. You don't want to see nothing bought and a ton of sells. You want to see buys and sales. It looks like there was one ultimate sniper here that knew exactly what was going on, but the rest of this is not too crazy discrepancies. That's a huge discrepancy, $800 to $26K. But the rest of these, they spent thousands of dollars and they made more thousands of dollars. So very interesting token here. Pretty new. Thanks for the shout out, man. We'll keep an eye on that. Something else that's doing good. DAG, co-founder on the Panasonic corporate steering board, it looks like. Diggles came out with this. I haven't mentioned it yet, but he is now on the Panasonic corporate steering board as well. He was on site a few weeks back. He's going to be dropping the vision soon enough. Now, DAG getting very, very hooked into the DPin narrative. We haven't really seen the DPin narrative catch fire like I think it's going to yet, but we do see the graph on Constellation DAG absolutely catching fire. We're going to see this thing because in the term of the larger pullback for Bitcoin, we did see some pains for altcoins over the last day or two here. Now we go to Constellation DAG. Oh my God, it is up even more up to 8 cents. This is absolutely great. We see some escape velocity for Constellation DAG. Holy good googly moogly. Now, the next level to watch out for, right around 9.8, 10 cents here. This is a pretty strong shelf. But honestly, this is making me erect. Let's see here. So we got, if we're going to run into some headwinds in this realm, I'd imagine. But seeing this just absolute surge, Constellation DAG showing out, and my average buy is like 2.5 cents on this thing. So catching a quick 3, maybe even 4x in a short amount of time, that feels great. Shout out to that. Feeling good about that. Shout out to Diggles for all the hard work and actually having some pretty good connections with the United States government. Blockchain basement. Serious question about DAG. Don't mean to FUD, but it's been around for 6 years and still has no DEX and not listed on any tier 1 central exchange. Why? The focus is actually for DAG been on integrating itself on an enterprise level, not on a decentralized exchange or just a trading level for the average person. Their focus has been hooking up with contracts for enterprise corporations and the United States government. That is why you do not see all that development for decentralized exchanges and things that we're used to seeing on layer 1 projects. DAG it works on its own tune. It is a very different design of a blockchain, and it's actually meant for data security at the foundation. And the approach is to enterprise level clients, not necessarily people utilizing decentralized exchanges. All love you guys. Shout out to the Crypto Man Sam for the huge super chat. All love you guys. Check out the Moth chart again and let me know what you think. Guess what, Crypto Man Sam? I have been watching that thing, and I think I'm going to be finding something very, very exciting. Let's go check the Moth token. This community of Moth is probably one of the funniest communities out there. Let's check out $3 million market cap. This is gorgeous. Okay. So this is something that I actually expect Bobcat to end up looking like. You know what I feel like Bobcat's a very organic community. And I think that Moth kind of sets a precedent for what Bobcat's going to be able to accomplish. This graph, I absolutely love it. I see that it tried to die. It went all the way down to the $1 million market cap. The OG buyers right here on this original pump 2 moment had the line in the sand. They say, no, we will not die. And they keep pushing as a community forward. Now this thing's at $3.3 million market cap. I did see the pump. It sparked a lot of joy when I saw the pump because I was like, it's alive. The lights are on for the Moth community. Now we're finding, you know what? I'm going to draw a retarded trend line. I feel like drawing a trend line here. Now, this is going to be essentially where I feel like a just giga entry would be. Right there at about $2 million market cap. But honestly, I will not be surprised if it just simply bounces off this $2.7 to $3 million level as it sits right now. Shout out to the Moth community. We're going to the Twitter right now because these guys are super unhinged.
You got scammed now.
I got scammed. Shout out. Now it's got 2,800 followers. How many holders is this thing? Yeah, 2,500 holders. So that's an interesting lineup. It seems everyone's in it on the Twitter account here. Not too much notice on the Twitter account yet. This is kind of interesting to see. But honestly, I've seen these accounts come after me every time I mentioned Moth, and I could tell that they weren't bots. You know what I mean? So that made me happy. It's almost like that's why I give it the Bobcat vibe kind of comparison there. Let me see here. I want to go check out, now that I'm on it, where is Bobcat? We're degenning out today, folks. I'm seeing about finding some deals on organic meme coin communities.
My Bobcat to pump.
You're still holding it?
I'm still holding it. I'm not letting go of that thing.
All right. Well, oh my God. All right. So it's up 25% today. And this trend line did not work. So you know what we're going to do? We're just going to scoot that little guy on over there. No big deal. Yeah, I don't know. Like this one, it's trying to die and it refuses to die because they're actual accounts that have a really funny meme motif going for them. Very unhinged community. And I will not be surprised to see this chart look similar to the Moth chart in the course of 2025. Could even do better. Let's get Wolverine up here. What are your thoughts on Dog? I believe he's talking about the ordinal or / meme coin. It's the Bitcoin play here. Let's go check it out. I've liked Dog, the token, for a long time. Did see that it had a bull flag on it previously. Let's see if we still have a potential to get entry points in on the bull flag here. Looks like it actually broke down from that. So where are we going to fall to here? That's the real question. Falling to point, I feel like 5 cents would make sense. Let's see here. Dog on Tether. Right about there. 5.5, 5 cents. I think that it'll be able to hold this level. It is taking a haircut along with the rest of the memes. But you know what? If I'm playing in the memes and I want a runes play, Dog on runes just has no chill. I've seen a lot of people very, very adamant about this project, so I will not be fading this project in terms of TA or willingness to cover it. I don't buy everything that I cover by a long shot, but I do highlight when I see things that refuse to die and that absolutely make sure to keep the lights on into the bull market of 2025. Let's check out Sendor. Why not? You know what I mean? Sendor. Let's go in. And there is no guarantee that I won't hate this, just so you know. Let me know, Harp. Are we looking at the right one? I'd imagine this is it. Sendor, a market cap of 4.4 million. We're going in raw. Sendor, kind of a cool logo person. Is that Machamp? This looks like Machamp.
It does look like Machamp.
It's like a meme coin Machamp. All right.
Meme coin Pokemon.
All right.
That's bullish.
All right. Now it's been sending. Just in light of its name, good thing it is. The pullback, man. I mean, it's trying to pull back right now, but it's very new and it has extreme escape velocity. So, this might end up looking like the purple Pepe chart that I showed you a little bit ago.
Yeah.
So we got to keep in mind that, but not bad here. We got 2,000 holders, top traders coming in. Not a bunch of dev cells. That's great. Okay. Not bad. Looks pretty decent. Tradefly with the $5 super chat. Thanks for coming on the show with us last night. Much appreciated. Absolutely, Tradefly. It was great joining you. That's good correction, Sack Nasty. This is Machoke, not Machamp. Yeah, very good correction there. But let's go to the Twitter. God, I'm going all over the place today. It's fine. Let's see. 1,500 followers. Let's see. Oh God. Look who we run into. Look what
the gun on my shirt.
Oh my God. Yeah, shout out to Scotty Mo for the shirts too, man.
Mo +1.
King Tuk Tuk. The shirt King Tuk Tuk is the best.
I was debating wearing my King Tuk Tuk today, but I saw the gun one sitting on my desk. I was like, yeah.
I'm glad you chose different because I wore the Tuk Tuk. It would have been weird if we wore the same shirt. You know,
just a little bit.
I know we're besties, but you don't got to be so weird about it.
All right,
okay?
damn.
This is a good likes to follower ratio. You see this, Isaac?
I do see that.
100 likes and 1,500 followers. That's a pretty good ratio of people paying attention to the post. Interesting. Don't hate it. Now we're going to talk about this. A little bit of note on Pump.Fun. It has removed its live stream feature. Thank God. I don't want to watch the purge on the blockchain. Thank you very much.
Die. Thank you.
Yeah, super sketchy. IOHK Charles points out how it's very odd that Ripple was excluded from being a Wyoming stablecoin candidate like Cardano, while Stellar gets the glory. Didn't Ripple just make the stablecoin RLUSD? Isn't that proof of concept? Sounds like corruption to Charles Hoskinson. Let's have a listen to what the king of Cardano is saying about this Wyoming stablecoin scuffle.
Was Cardano. Algorand with it and demonstrate that the proof of concept satisfies that. So I'm really curious how Stellar has apparently more capabilities than Ripple. And in what way in these two ecosystems for the purpose of launching a stablecoin? Ripple just launched one. It seems to satisfy all those requirements, but they were excluded. An $84 billion ecosystem that's been around even longer than Cardano, as was Cardano. Algorand was also excluded. Tezos was also excluded. Aptos was also excluded. Dozens and dozens and dozens of viable, interesting ecosystems were excluded. not even given a chance to try to build a proof of concept to demonstrate that they were capable of that. The former Consensus employee executive director made that decision. So there you have it, XRP community. Cardano and XRP are a lot closer these days, and I'm starting to really come around on a lot of the stuff that you guys have been talking about.
Begrudging allies, it looks like. Charles is becoming a begrudging ally of the XRP community.
Chucky, quit your bitching.
I think Hobus hit the nail on the head, though, and I was thinking the same thing. It's probably to help remove ties to Hong Kong, right? But Stellar is kind of a surprising project in the sense that a lot of real-world assets are not like more than Ondo or anything like that, but it is surprising to see the amount of real-world assets conversation and testing happening on Stellar. Stellar, Cardano, Solana, XRP, and I think the fifth one was Chainlink. These are all coins that have been looked at by the IMF and the larger, Bank of International Settlements for over the course since 2017, for a very, very long time, for actually implementing real-world assets. So, it's kind of funny to me to see just the few coins that have been looked at in this regard, scuffling over who's going to be the stable coin for the states. And this is a stable coin and a CBDC. This is a very nuanced conversation because we have seen, I think it's about 5-6 states in the United States ban the acceptance or the use of a CBDC that does not protect the user privacy. They want the next version of the digital dollar to include privacy that you get with fiat currency moving forward. So kind of an interesting scuffle for ADA, XRP, and XLM going on right now. At large, I feel like XRP and ADA are probably going to be holding their positions at least within the top 20. I will not be surprised if they get kicked down to like number 15 or number 13 at the peak of the bull market, just because AI is going to get so frothy in RWAs. But that being said, I actually feel like that there's a pretty good upside for these projects. Both XRP and ADA, I could see a 5 to maybe even up to a 7x happening on those projects from the situation that we're at currently. Fallen Gesture, what up down in the Rumble chat, and Word Sister had to give you a hellos. Thank you for supporting us on Rumble. I didn't have the news, but Rumble is eyeing making a strategic Bitcoin reserve of their own in response to all of these corporations doing so and kind of leading the charge doing so. So shout out to everyone that supports us on Rumble. Very freedom-based organization that's helped us make sure that we had a place to speak when the algorithmic robots at YouTube decided I was saying too many no-no words. So shout out to Rumble people. Now, here's Burrow. We already covered Burrow. I still have this up from yesterday. This is the near lending protocol. A great discrepancy on price valuation to total value locked here. I really like seeing this. And I do think that 25% of my dry powder is going to be going into this project over the course of the next day or two here. Like to see that. And I have some other things to cover. Now, this is for you, Isaac.
Well, thank you.
I know that you're just getting into the ability to buy some pews. We need to have a hard conversation here. The top picture cost $4,900. The bottom picture that I'm about to show you cost $4,639. And now we have to choose what you're going to choose here. So the top, you get this Gucci gun, whatever it may be, Gucci Glock, Gucci 1911. You take your pick. And then a holster, a mag holster, and a couple extra mags and a red dot. On the lower picture is what $4,600 gets you. This includes. I know what
I'm picking.
Yeah, but this isn't it obvious? Like why?
It's so obvious.
Like because training, man. Look how much ammo you can get within this entire package.
And how many mags?
All the extra mags, all of them. The first aid kit, the hearing protection.
I already have some of this stuff, so I could even drop down the price.
That's right. Absolutely. But having all of this material plus the firearm, plus, your extra mag carriers, all the different designs and systems you can have for setting up your holster. Because sometimes you're going to be on the range, you're going to be training, you're going to be out of the waistband. Other times you're going to be in the waistband, you want a little tuck. You also got to have multiple tourniquets, get some nice eye pro with it. This buy of just the basic B Glock, or just keep the handgun within the $500 to $1,000 level. Then you can use all of the rest of the money that you would have spent on the fancy gun on training material and ammunition to actually make sure that you are proficient with that firearm. Because I've seen so many people with these Gucci things, they fumble when they pull it out of their holster. They don't know what the hell they're doing because they spent all the money on the gun and none of the money on the training. What you got, Isaac?
I am erect from looking at this. Thank you.
I mean, it's just something important to keep in mind. And, I guess this conversation is more for Owen, because Owen is one of those Gucci required guys. He has to have the fancy things. I will say this, you can get so much more bang for your buck with just a basic firearm and the rest going towards training material rather than looking cool and a couple cool IG posts. For the love of God, be reasonable. And also, as we head into the bull market, be reasonable when you're at Thanksgiving dinner. Me, personally, my situation might end up looking like this because it's just the way I am.
And behold, I saw the horse, pale, the rider, its name was Death. Pull up Revelation. Not a bunch of crap like these New World Order pedophile devil worshippers. I'm so blown away by the power of our God that's almighty. Woo!
That is me, reincarnate. But thankfully, everyone around me is going to accept me for the way I am.
That's
you
true.
know what I mean? Drew, show me that Ruger Auto Pew Pew. I have one Ruger. It's a 30-06, a left-handed bolt action 30-06 Ruger. I do like Ruger, though.
Yeah,
I do like Ruger as a firearm. Now, we have to make sure we do our good housekeeping here. If you guys are going into the holiday season and you have loved ones that are asking you about how do you crypto, how do you secure your crypto in case one of these exchanges goes down? Well, we have code BASE20. You can get $20 off one of the easiest, if not, in my opinion, the easiest cold storage wallet to use. Take the card, you put it up to the back of your phone. It's as simple as day to use, and you can really show them how easy it is to become their own bank through cold storage of Bitcoin and other crypto assets. I implore you to take advantage of the 20% off deal that we have going on right now. Click the link in our description. If you have loved ones that come to mind that will be asking you about crypto, you can start their process with a gift. Gift them a cold storage wallet, show them how to use it, and begin that process. It'll really open up a world of incredible things, in my opinion, to people on the outside looking into what you're doing in crypto. I just showed you, DAG 4x'd in the course of a month. We're sitting here outpacing inflation at an extreme pace. And shout out to KJam for gifting another membership to our wonderful community. Looks like Eric Carter picked that up. Absolutely love seeing the support, you guys. You guys are making my heart swell with happiness and pride here. And we can really help our family and our loved ones, first and foremost, understand what is happening to their buying power in terms of inflation. Show them how you use your cold storage wallet, how there is no way that entities, centralized exchanges, or bank entities can take your crypto away once it's yours and on a cold storage wallet. We combine the power of becoming our own bank to the power of being our own grocery store with food and a gardener. Become a gardener. Know how to garden. Be able to produce your own food and be able to protect your family with the First and Second Amendment rights, free speech, and the Second Amendment. The Constitution guarantees us the right to bear arms and protect our loved ones. With the combination of these rights, there is no stopping the people of this world. And I want to implore you to take advantage of these rights that we have right now. If you don't use them, you lose them, folks. So with that being said, shout out to KJam for being a member for 2 months. I love and appreciate all of you in the chat. Crypto Glassworks, Multisig Dummy, Nicole Minnis Tater, Green Day Profits. Thank you for keeping our streets safe, brother. Inspector Crusoe, Crypto Stevo, KJam with the membership again. Deadwood, Jason Miller, Jesse Gulak, and David Lee Lutham. Down in Rumble, we got Fallen Jester and Word Sister and a couple others. Watson, looks like Jason Miller just picked up a membership. I love and appreciate all of you. I am so ready for this Christmas and explosive price action for crypto and Bitcoin. It's going to be a great time. Just give your loved ones a hug. Isaac, send them on out, baby.
All right, everybody. Make sure to go show DJ and Alpha Taco some love. We appreciate all of y'all again. And until the next one, peace out.